Now let's see if we can
Who's there? I think I heard something.
actually get back upstairs without any powers. Yeah, we should be able to just do that and go in here. Oh, I could have just... You're not stealable. Thank you. I should probably not have gone this way, should I? Hello. Uh-oh. This is blocked. I forgot. Uh-oh.
The machine is experiencing uncertainty. Okay, shut it down. Playback indicates lost enemy.
Mammy.
This playback indicates some detection without certainty.
Goodbye. We didn't want those charms anyway. So then cart back, and then down to the ship. Skiff. See, you're still hanging out, taking it easy. Nice little trip. Now let's see. Oh, the other one is him. Like, this one is not friendly. Yes, I thought so.
I hope you kissed your kids goodbye this morning.
Pardon? You stay here. I have some stuff to deal with.
What?
Hello.
But you're going first. I'll rip your guts. I see you in the void. Time to cry.
Thank you. Mission letter from Delilah. Mariah, take Heather and Kai. Travel to Kanaka tonight. The others there will give you a roof to sleep beneath, and they will keep you out of sight. Watch out for a friend from Dunwall. When the moment comes, strike. If you succeed, I promise you will be rewarded. And beyond that, I'll make you a portrait. Your Empress forever, Delilah. Well, that didn't really work out, did it? Come on, Sleepy. We have places to be. Oh, okay. I was like, how did we get here up here again?
You did it. How is he?
Tired.
He's frail and wounded.
And also
But
then.
he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
But I just chucked some nades. That was it, pretty much. Uh-oh. Not sure how that happened, but... Yeah, 2 bonus charms miss. Oh, over $1,000 of coins. Another strange visit. You've awakened with a strange feeling. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh,
The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you.
thank you. I like that you
But
empathize.
when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were closest sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
But I want to come to court like Jessamine.
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's at court every day.
Isn't this, well, it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
It's sad, but at the same time, you're an adult now, so your choices are yours.
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young lady Jessie. What is your account?
It was her. Delilah's life. She broke it.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
Calm down, sound effects.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
Jeez.
No.
Your sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
I like that.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not.
I do like that it's not just, oh, she's evil, but actually there's like backstory there. I like that. Dreadful Whale. Meet with Megan Foster and Anton Sokolov to discuss the next steps in your effort to take down Delilah and the Duke of Sarkonos.
When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Sarkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name. The next step along the way to Duke Luca Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
And we're back again.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end. Soon.
Let's do some writing. The Royal Conservatory. Sokolov is safe. I killed Kiran Jindosh for abducting Sokolov, for working for Delilah and Duke Abel, the part his clockworks played in the coup that took my throne, for the clockwork army the man was building. He may have been smart, but he wasn't invulnerable, not like Delilah. I imagine he was jealous of Sokolov, for good reason I suppose, who cured the rat plague, who changed the world with machines fueled by whale oil once Esmond Roseborough discovered the liquid power trapped there, and his paintings. Genius isn't a word I use very often, but Sokolov deserved it. Speaking of the old goat, it is good to see him again, though he looks weaker than I expected, tired, and smaller than I remember. I hope that great mind of his is still working. Delilah in the Void. I dreamed of Delilah Copperspoon, but this was more than a dream. I was in the void. Somehow Delilah brought me there. I don't know if she was showing me the true past or a fabrication. She spoke of my grandfather, Emperor Johann Jacob Kaldwin. History says he was a man of honor who served his people, but Delilah showed me all his promises unfulfilled, all those easy lies. And she showed me my mother, Jessamine, as I'd never imagined her, spoiled and petty, entitled, and finally a great injustice. Delilah's mother dying in a debtor's prison. I have so many questions, but how do I sort the truth from the lies? Thank you. It's something I should say to your face, but that's hard for me. Thank you for what you did, bringing Anton back. What would I have done without him puttering around the ship, mumbling and stroking his greasy beard? I wanted to find him on my own, but hearing what you went through, I'm impressed. Anyway, enjoy this bottle from the Captain's Reserve. Good stuff. I got it from an aristocrat wanting quick passage out of Karnaca a while back. You'll need it now that Anton is back if you want to sleep. His snoring cuts straight through the bulkhead. Megan. Oh. Oh, thank goodness I didn't think I could put it down without breaking it. So, what little menial quest do we have on the
For
ship?
a man of his age, Sokolov's making better
Oh,
progress
there you
than
are.
I would have expected.
Letter from Lucia Pastor. Dear Dr. Hypatia, I couldn't be happier about the news you gave me. The people here in Dust District desperately need someone like you. I understand that you cannot see patients in Admire anymore, and that it's too dangerous to go back to your apartment. I'll arrange something. We'll find you a safe place to hide and give free consultations, as you suggested. I'll send word about it via the Miners' Family Committee and some friends I have at the Silver Spike newspaper. Welcome back to the city. Lucia Pastor.
Good to see you're still with us. Thank you for helping, Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
Then we'll have to make sure Duke Luca Abel doesn't overstay his welcome.
Karnaca's key leaders are flawed, for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed,
What is that center
whichever
embroidery
ones are
supposed to
left
be?
standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
Sorry, I
Some
wasn't
of them
listening.
have made their beds, Alexandria.
Blood of the Abel House. This is new, right? No, I guess it's not. Don't mind me, I'm just going through all your stuff. progress that way. That's where it came from. Is there no little... hello. Megan Foster's notebook. I've seen mean storm clouds to gather, only to disperse in an hour's time. I've seen monstrous waves in the distance, towering like high hills that were only a ripple by the time they reach the boat. Things aren't right. They never have been, but at least everything's held at the center for a long while. And I worry all the time. For me, for Anton, for everything. I should quit, disappear again. Anyone else would, I think. Self-preservation is only natural. I could take my boat and go anywhere. Be anybody. Be nobody. Nobody again. I'd like that. I've had many different lives. Could I start a new one now? How many more do I have left? I'm so tired. I wish I could sleep and wake up as somebody else. Someone ate all your food. Yes, we progress after we've been in here, and also sorry, I went too far. Oh. Guess there's nothing for us to fix this time. Very well.
I searched for you, Anton. I would have found you.
I knew you'd try, Megan. They kept me going after they gave me to Jindosh.
Either way, you're back now. I'm glad.
Hello.
Emily.
The Empress has risen. A peaceful sleep, I hope. Nothing like the pillows at Dunwall Tower, made of goose feathers.
Sit down when you want to talk.
Alrighty. Trip to the markets. Megan, I've thought of a few things I need when you go into Kanaka. Get them as... Wait, have we read this? No, we have not. Let's see if I can find it again. I've thought of a few things I need when you go into Kanaka. I'd get them myself, but you know what it's like for these old bones to walk so far. I need a smaller shirt. Seems everything I own falls off me now. And you're right, I suppose I need some soap. And a good hair tonic for my beard and what's left around the sides of my skull. You like the Tivian stew I made last week, so if you'd like to have that again, get lamb if you can afford it. If not, don't worry. My appetite isn't what it used to be. A bit of bread and a few shrimp will get me through most days. But don't forget the wine. If that's not too much, I could use some more paints. I'm out of cerulean, ochre, and ultramarine. Anton. Have we read that? Yes, we have. Don't mind me. Anton Sokolov's diary. Started painting again. My thoughts dart here and there. I am at the whim of my aging brain. I smell an orange and it triggers a memory. All at once, I am a boy back in school, suffering under the cruelty of Professor Oliphant. Her horrible wigs and the smell of old wool. The wool reminds me of my suits. I used to have them custom made. The suits remind me that I was once a man of position. And then I am thinking of my own cruelties, terrible deeds performed in the name of science, progress, and profit. And then I am flooded with regrets and guilt. Then just as suddenly I am hungry and thinking about my knees or a nap. And if I could quiet my mind and apply myself to a task, say painting, like today, it is of little use. I find it odd that at a time when I thought I might enjoy some rest and expand on my paintings, my eyes are not as sharp as they need to be. My hands quiver unexpectedly. The smell of the paints assaults my nose and muddles my thoughts. Did they always smell so? Still, I have begun work on a canvas. I have no name for it yet.
Delilah Copperspoon. Or is it Kaldwin?
I think think we read that. Yes. Okay, so it didn't spawn anything new here. Excellent.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing.
No, we know where he
This
is.
Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
Also, if you're looking for the Crown Killer, she's just down the hall.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
Temporary closure of the conservatory. Dear patrons, due to an alarming increase in the mite population and with the full knowledge and approval of Duke Abel himself, the Royal Conservatory will remain closed for the foreseeable future. Our apologies. B. Ashworth, Curator.
It'll be good to see the Royal Conservatory, even if it's closed to the public. One of the more elaborate structures in Karnaca, closed to the public. More of the Duke's questionable rulership.
Wake me when Karnaca starts to burn.
Alrighty.
Painting that will make.
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory.
Do you believe we can go ahead and do that? I don't think we've missed anything. Your travel log. Ah, Brianna Ashworth is my next target. Brianna Ashworth, I only know her by reputation. Born to the Dunwall aristocracy, there we go. She's a sculptor and the curator of the Royal Conservatory in Karnaca. One of Delilah's lieutenants may be her closest confidant. They share a taste for the occult. While being held, Sokolov overheard conversations about a strange device being constructed under Ashworth's supervision. The Oraculum, something more convoluted than clockwork killing machines, but every bit as dangerous, no doubt. I think an after-hours visit to the conservatory will give me the answers I need.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Sure.
Yes, let's go.
Can we not have a leaky boat this time? The Royal Conservatory. While being okay, so I thought there was a repeat of what we just read, but it's not. While held captive, Anton Sokolov learned the identity of one of Delilah's chief allies, Brianna Ashworth, an architect of the coup that took the throne in Dunwall. Ashworth is powerful and full of secrets. She is building a mysterious device for Delilah. Brianna Ashworth must be eliminated.
There will be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
I thought you said electric sword.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah, which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
We're not going subtle or finesse or anything. Let's just see. Learn more or find out what Burns knows. Oh my goodness.
Can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing a gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
I don't get it. When I went to Dunwall, I brought back a river crush shell to use as an ashtray, because it reminds me of good times. But what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
Lady Shersha has money, so she gets the wood she wants.
Hello.
I should get a longer break on account of my bad feet.
Huh? I definitely heard something.
Hello. Oh, sorry. That's... Oh. See, I would use... Sadly, we don't have magic to use an ability. Oh. Ow. As I was saying, we don't do this elegantly. Oh, you didn't even bother trying to...
Who's there?
Me. Squad orders. The area surrounding the Royal Conservatory remains in lockdown. Keep the roads clear during curfew and block off side street access. Maintaining the wall of light is the responsibility of everyone in the squad, and I expect the windmills that power the damn things to be well guarded all the time. If any irregularities occur, contact the technical officer immediately. 3rd Lieutenant Benjamin Q. Go. Oh. So that goes up that way. Don't want to rewire it, and I don't think we can. Can we? I'm not going to, but I'm curious, do we have one? Oh, we do, okay.
Jawed hagfish? River crust is more likely.
I was gonna teleport us up, but we can't. Here's where we came from. Thank you, thank you. Oh, a store, thank you.
Who's running around over there?
Hello.
Time to die, little girl. She won't go anywhere. It's you and
And back to shopping we go. See nothing there. Oh, yes, this is where the store is. Okay.
Please take a look.
This is new. The situation inside the Batista district continues to deteriorate at a rapid pace. Not long ago, the area prospered under the watchful eyes of a mining operations owner. Not long ago, the area prospered under the watchful eyes of mining operations owner Aramis Stilton. But the well-liked workers' advocate disappeared 3 years ago under suspicious circumstances, and since then the entire district has been afflicted by increasingly foul air and gang violence. A functionary from the Grand Sarkonan Guard admitted that the group has essentially abandoned the area. It's simply too dangerous, he said, in the crime inside what is now commonly called the Dust District. The overseers and the damn howlers fight for control in the streets, with skirmishes every day, assassinations, torture, and so forth. After a while, we just decided to withdraw and let the two have it out. He said, sealed it all up behind a few well-placed walls of light.
Around, we have the best wares for discerning guests such as yourself. Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
I'll think about it.
See anything you like?
Well.
Welcome back. Please, take your time.
Well, first we're definitely going to get this.
An excellent choice.
So we have to get the safe combination.
No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
We need a whole lot of those.
You will be satisfied with your purchase.
Don't need a sleep dart nor a stun mine. Don't think we need a grenade. So then,
this
upgrades.
Is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Stinging bolt, howling bolt.
The district is so quiet since the conservatory.
We don't use
closed.
that anyway. Instant sleep. Sure, then let's just go reload faster. Oh. We should probably look at all of the other pistol. Gear and outfit. Refined lens, we didn't ever use that. Bone charm slots ×2, maybe. Sting razor, bolt capacity, belt storage.
I look forward to the day when I can reopen my gallery.
Gives you an advantage in locked sword grenades. Oh, we already have that. Never mind. Mines. Spring razor reach. Stun mine charges. I guess we just do more of the pistol then. Let's just carry as many as we can. Magnetized bullet. A magnetized bullet that briefly disrupts clockwork soldiers. We could have used that earlier. Armored bullet ricochets off hard surfaces, including enemy armor. Do we maybe want to go accuracy?
It was a pleasure to serve you.
Look at our fancy gun. Alrighty. I guess time for side quests?